and welcome to our festive season de-stress, look after yourself mini class of mindful movement. So whatever the festive season is for you, or whenever your festive season is, this one is just to kind of check in with yourself, whether you enjoy it or not. That is the festive season, not the mindful movement. Take a bit of time out and just look after yourself, because this time of year coming can throw up so much for so many people, as can any other festive holiday times in the calendar. All right, so we're just going to start by bringing the feet in underneath us. Maybe give the shoulders a little roll, shake your arms, shake your shoulders out, and then just let them drop down by your side. Close your eyes if that feels okay, and maybe just bring your hands onto the ribs, towards the belly. And just start by notice the breathing. Noticing how the breath feels. And then maybe as we follow the inhale and the exhale, we just start to breathe a little bit more slowly, a little bit more fully. And then maybe check into how the body feels. Notice how busy the mind is. Notice how your energy, your emotions feel. And they don't have to be feeling good or quiet or relaxed or anything like that. The answer can be quite the opposite to all of them. And then let your hands drop down by your sides. You could keep your eyes closed a little bit longer if you want. And just come back to shaking the arms out, taking the shoulders out. Don't worry if you feel a little bit silly. You're probably doing this on your own in your front room, not in front of a camera for other people to look at. And then maybe shake the legs out. Just seeing if you can, maybe if there's that little bit of tension in there. We're just trying to shake that tension, get it moving. And the sillier you feel, that's a good job. Maybe you're losing your jewellery too. There's a good job. You're doing a pretty good job. Oh, there's a good chance that you're doing a pretty good job of that shaking up. All right, okay. Come back to standing. Feel your feet on the floor. And just start to roll from the heels to the toes. Perhaps come back into checking with the breath. See if you can feel that slow, full breath moving through the trunk of the body. And if you've opened your eyes, see if you feel safe to close them now. As you push the movement from the heels to the toes, maybe finding that point where you feel like you're just going to lose your balance and then rock back the other way. And then come back to the center. Feel the body sit through the whole of the foot. And then try and rock from side to side. So coming from the outside edge of one foot to the outside edge of the other. And the same with the inside edges, the arches of the feet. Maybe we feel a little bit of wobbling there, as we push the balance from side to side. And then come back to just being in the center of the feet again. Notice where your feet feel on the floor, how the body feels as it stands over the top. And I'm going to put those movements together, trying to draw a circle or a rectangle, whatever shape works for you. So roll forwards onto your toes. Take it round to the right side edges of the foot, back to the heels, round to the left side edges of the foot, back to the toes. So playing with your balance in a circular movement then now. And if at any point you feel you'd rather work with your eyes open, work with eyes open. And then when you next get back to your toes, start to draw those circles back the other way. And then back into the middle. Take a big breath in. And then a big breath out. So you just settle yourself back over the feet. That could have been a sigh or not. Good. And again, open the eyes if you haven't, or if you want, you can work with your eyes closed for as long as you like. Take the feet a little bit wider. Just give the knees a little bit of bounce so they're nice and springy, and start to take a little twist. So maybe the heels want to lift from the floor. And we're going to let the arms swing from side to side. Maybe they even swing so far around, you give yourself a little pat. How much can you swing those arms? Again, just think of that shaking out we did earlier, where we kind of tried to shake out a bit of tension from the body. Think of shaking, or just letting those shoulders, arms swing, let some tension go. And then come back into the middle and step your feet back in underneath. So we're going to take a nice inhale, breath in at the top. As you breathe out, bring your chin down and just slowly roll down through the spine. So imagine you were stood against a wall and you were peeling vertebrae by vertebrae down from the mat. Rolling all the way down towards the floor. Take as big a bend in the knees here as you want. And then breathe out. Pull the belly button into the back of the rib cage. Dropping the tailbone, tucking the bottom under so we roll all the way back up to the crown of the head. Breathe in again at the top. And then as you're ready, you exhale, roll back down to the floor. So we're just going to keep repeating that movement as many times as feels good. Rounding through the back, curling towards the floor. And you might find that after a few goes, perhaps you don't actually need to bend the knees quite as much as you did to start. There may be some sensation in the back of the legs, the back of the spine, the body, as things start to move and stretch. Breathe in at the top and then breathe out, take it down. So we use the out breath, the exhale to move, and the inhale to pause at the bottom and pause at the top. So it doesn't matter how many you do, how fast you're working, we're all just following our own breath. So you might be going faster than me, you might be going slower than me. So we're going to aim for one more. If you feel you've done enough, just come back to standing. Feeling yourself rooting down through the feet. And then come back to the middle, the center. Take the feet that little bit wider again. So we're going to come into some side stretching. So as you breathe in, take the right arm up, lean over to the right. So if you're making a star, back to the center, and then breathe out, lean over to the left. So we're moving from side to side. So as you come to the left side, we're going to push into the left foot. And then as you come to the right side, push into the right foot. So one more to either side. And then come back into the middle. So what we're going to try and do that now is build that up into a little bit of a balance if you feel you can. So you might want to just step the feet in a little bit closer. If you'd rather not balance, just keep with the side stretching. Take the right arm up, lean over to the left. See if you can take your weight through the left foot. Make a star. Come back into the middle. Take the left arm up, lean over onto the right foot. Make a star, shape that side. Come back into the middle. So we're just going to try one more to either side. Drawing the belly in for that little bit of core support. And then come back into the middle. Good. We're going to come down towards the floor then now. Come onto your hands and knees. So the knees are under the hips and the hands are underneath the shoulders. And work with your cat stretch. So breathe out if you can, round up. Breathe in, turn the tailbone up, draw the shoulders back, work the other way. So breathe out, round. Breathe into arch. Nice little bit of movement for the back of the body and then the front of the body. And then from this tabletop position, we're actually going to come to lie face down on the floor. And you're trying to prop yourself up on your elbows. So we take a natural back bend. So it doesn't matter how high up you lift yourself from the floor. Keeping my timer going so I can see how long we're checking I don't get carried away. Not the shoulders away from your ears, if you can. So we create some space for the neck. And just hold it here. You've got all the support of the legs on the floor, your forearms on the floor. So just breathing. All we have to do is follow the inhale, follow the exhale. Good. Push yourself up. Send your hips back towards your heels. So if you find it hard to bring your heels back and take your head down towards the floor, if you've got a cushion or a blanket or anything like that that you can roll up, we can put a little bit of support between the heels. And we can also make a bit of support with our hands for our head and allow the back just to release and stretch here. Push yourself up, release the hips round, just moving any props that you've had out the way, and we're going to come to lie down towards the floor and just take a lying twist. So we're going to do, again, we can, if you want, just put a little bit of support in between the legs so that as you come round your knees are supported if you can't quite get them round both together. So as you breathe out, roll the knees to the right. Breathe in, and then breathe out, roll the knees to the left. And we can just let the head roll from side to side too, so we take a little bit of movement in the neck. And it doesn't matter which direction the head moves compared to the knees. If you find it hard to bring the bottom knee down, but you're okay squeezing the knees together, place a cushion either side and for the knees to rest on as you come round. And then have one on the other side ready too. And then come back into the middle. Keep the knees bent. Just take the feet a little bit wider and try to let your knees rock in towards each other. And bring the hands round, so you have the hands on the trunk of the body. And just notice how the body moves with the breath. Notice how the body feels. How the breath feels. If anything's changed since you started to move mindfully. Has the mind changed at all? Has it got quicker? Has it got quieter? And then just check in with your emotions, with your energy levels. Maybe something has changed, maybe something hasn't. No right or wrong, it's just simply noticing. And then when you're ready, bring your knees and the feet together so you can roll around onto your side. Push yourself up to sitting. And just bring yourself to a comfortable seated position. That might be legs out in front, it might be crossed. Maybe you even want to kneel. And then just breathe in, reach both arms up. And then breathe out. Bring your hands to your center and then relax by your side. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of mindful movement and it gave you an opportunity just to take a brief little stretch and find a feel of motion in the body whilst you might be going through a busy, stressful, whether pleasant or otherwise, period of time. All right, take care then, everyone. Remember to hit the subscribe button so that you know when to find me next on the mat, and I'll see you then. Bye.